The principal object of this bill is to provide for the pension and other retirement benefits to judges of superior courts and for connected purposes. The bill has been in development since the late 1990s and marks a significant step towards realizing the principles of the Constitution in respect of the judiciary, its independence, and the remuneration and benefits of the judges of superior courts. The bill is therefore divided into 5 parts. Part 1 of the bill has three clauses and deals with preliminary matters. Clause 1 of the bill provides for the short title of the act. Clause 2 of the bill provides for the definition of key terms that have been employed throughout the bill, and Clause 3 of the bill provides for the persons to whom the Act shall apply. The Act shall apply to judges who are in office on the date of commencement of the Act, judges who will be appointed after the commencement of the Act, and judges who retired after the 27th August 2010 but before the commencement of the Act in accordance with Article 167(1) of the Constitution. It also provides that where there is a conflict of laws, the provisions of this Act shall prevail. Part 2 of the bill has clauses 4 to 23 and provides for the payment of pensions and other benefits in respect of judges who are in office on the date of commencement of the Act. Clause 4 of the bill provides that Part 2 of the Act applies to judges who are in office on the commencement date and defines the word judge as used in this part as such. Clause 5 of the bill provides for the right of a judge to retirement benefits under the Act. And it goes all the way till Clause 23. Part 3 of that same bill has clauses 24 to 67 and deals with the payment of pensions and other benefits in respect of judges who are appointed after the commencement of the Act. Part 4 of the bill has clauses 65 to 66 and deals with the non-pension benefits in respect of judges who retired in accordance with Article 167 of the Constitution after 27th August 2010, but before the commencement of the Act. And finally, Part 5 of the bill has clauses 67 to 72 and provides for miscellaneous matters. That is on the Judges Retirement Benefits Bill, National Assembly Bill number 27 of 2025. This will be the second reading of that particular bill. Following after is a motion on the report of the audited accounts for the Commodities Fund for the financial years 2018-2019 to 2021-2022. This is by the Chairperson, Special Funds Accounts Committee. The other motion following is by the Chairperson, Special Funds Accounts Committee that looks into the report on the audited accounts for the Stores and Services Fund for the financial years 2020, 2021, and 2021, 2022, and the Occupational Safety and Health Fund for the financial years 2020, 2021, and 2021, 2022. There will also be a report on the audited accounts for the Land Settlement Fund for the financial years 2020-2021 and 2021-2022, and the Railway Development Fund holding account for the financial years 2017-2018 to 2021-2022 by the Chairperson, Special Funds Accounts Committee. The House is still currently on quorum bell is ringing as the whips encourage members to get into the House so that there will be commencement into the business of today. The Speaker ordered that the bell be rung for 10 minutes, and as you can see on your screen, members are streaming in, and the order of business will be starting at any moment from now as the Speaker will direct. What follows after motion 19 is another motion by the chairperson of the Committee on Public Petitions, that is the consideration of a petition regarding pollution of River Athi. The other one is consideration of the privileges and immunities, the Global Center for Adaptation Order 2025. This is by the Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Environment, Forestry, and Mining.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
I'll allow you to sit, Honorable Murugara and Mwenje. Honorable members, it is with profound sorrow and deep sense of loss that I notify the House and the entire parliamentary fraternity of the untimely demise of the member for Isiolo South constituency, the late Honorable Tubi Bidu Muhammad, MP, who passed away yesterday, Wednesday, 12th November 2025, while undergoing treatment at Nairobi Hospital. Honorable members, the late Honorable Tubi Bidu was born in 1958 and attended Isiolo Secondary School from 1971 to 1975. He later pursued higher education at the College of Africa Wildlife Management in Moshi, Tanzania, earning a diploma in wildlife management in 2001. In 2018, he obtained an arts degree in community development from Gretsa University. He began his professional career in 1993, where he served as an acting warden in charge of the Isiolo County Council, a role he held until 1996. Through hard work and integrity, he steadily rose through the ranks, serving as game warden, senior warden, and eventually chief game warden at the Masai Mara National Reserve in Narok County, where he distinguished himself as a capable, honest, and dependable public servant. I'll just have a seat to allow the members to come take their seats. Quickly take your seat. Honorable members, in 2012, he was elected the inaugural Speaker of Isiolo County Assembly, where he steered the institution with fairness, calm authority, and genuine desire to strengthen devolution at its roots. After completing his term in 2017, he briefly ventured into private life before returning to serve once again, this time as an elected member of Parliament for Isiolo South constituency on a Jubilee ticket in 2022. Honorable members, until his untimely demise, the late Honorable Tubi Bidu served this House with unwavering diligence and commitment as a member of the Public Petitions Committee and Departmental Committee on Environment, Forestry, and Mining. In these roles, he proved himself as a dedicated, passionate, and selfless leader, ever striving to better the lives of Kenyans and his constituents through his thoughtful contributions. He will be remembered for his deep concern for the security and welfare of the people of Isiolo. He spoke often and passionately about the struggles of his people, especially those living in areas affected by conflict and marginalization. In his words and actions, he carried the hopes of Isiolo South on his shoulders, always seeking justice, security, and peace. This is evident in his deep concern and active advocacy on security, including his recent request for a statement of insecurity in the county, which he had requested on the 1st of July 2025 and was responded to on the 14th of August 2025. Honorable members, we mourn today not only a colleague, but a good man. The late Honorable Tubi Bidu was known for his warmth and sincerity and gentle spirit. He was the kind of leader who did not seek the spotlight, but was quiet, deeds spoke volumes. In his humility, he earned the respect of the people, of all who served alongside him. In his faithfulness to his people, he earned the place in their hearts. His passing leaves a void in this house, in his constituency, and in the nation at large. The corridors of Parliament will miss his calm greetings and thoughtful conversations. The people of Isiolo have lost a true son, and Kenya has lost a servant whose example reminds us that greatness often wears a humble face. Honorable members, our hearts are with his family and friends and the people of Isiolo, who must now bear the pain of the loss. We share in their grief and we honor his memory, and as a National Assembly, we assure them of our prayers, our solidarity, and our unwavering support at this difficult time. Today, Thursday, the 13th November 2025, I will be heading, that's the Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker, will be heading a delegation of more than 20 members of the House during the internment of the late Honorable Tubi in Isiolo. On behalf of the National Assembly, the Parliamentary Service Commission, and indeed on my own behalf, meaning the Right Honorable Speaker, I convey our deepest condolences to the family of the late Honorable Tubi Bidu Mohammed MP, his relatives and friends, and all who knew and loved him. Honorable members, in honor of the memory of the late Honorable Tubi Bidu Mohammed, I now request that we all rise to observe a moment of silence for a life lived with dignity, for the service rendered with humility, and for the leader whose legacy will endure quietly but powerfully in the hearts of those he served. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you. Honorable members, we shall go to two very brief orders, and then we shall come back to eulogies. Kindly, thank you. Next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Who's doing that on behalf of Majority Leader? Honorable Karemba, thank you.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Thursday, 13th November 2025. Reports of the Auditor General and financial statements for the year ended 30th June 2025 and certificates therein with respects to 1. National Youth Opportunities Towards Advancement Project, credit number 7355, grant number 2E210KE, State Department for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development. 2. Global Fund HIV/AIDS Project Grant Number KEN HTNT 2065, National Systemic Diseases Control Council. 3. National Youth Opportunities Towards Advancement, NYOTA project credit number 7355 KE and 7356 KE, and grant number TFC 1509 KE, National Social Security Fund. 4, Africa Center for Excellence in Sustainable Use of Insects as Food and Feeds Project, IDA project number 5798 KE, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. 5, Malindi Integrated Social Health Development Program, Phase 2, MISHDP 2 project grant credit number FRIOT stroke aid 18/005 stroke 00 Coast Development Authority. 6, increased enjoyment of human rights and fundamental freedoms by all in Kenya project grant stroke credit number KEN 2062 KEN 19-0011 Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. And 7, reports of the Auditor General and financial statements for the year ended 30th June 2025 and the certificates therein in respect of the following constituencies: 1, Awendo; 2, Dadaab; 3, Embakasi East; 4, Kinango; 5, Kitutu Chache South; 6, Makandara; 7, Rongo; 8, Thika Town; 9, Webuye East; 10, Webuye West. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Karemba. I think you'd make a good majority leader. And honorable members, allow me to order the Okay, before I reorder the order paper, I think we can allow other papers. The chairperson for the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security, who's doing that? There you are. Proceed.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Thursday, 13th November 2025. Joint report of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security, Departmental Committee on Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations, and the Committee on National Cohesion and Equal Opportunity on the fact-finding mission to Basuba Ward in Boni Forest, Lamu County.
Thank you. Next is the chairperson of the Departmental Committee, Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. Yes, proceed, Honorable Kaitan. Okay, I'm informed that that report is not yet ready, so that will allow us to proceed in this order. I will reorder the order paper as follows. We shall skip order number 6 and order number 7, and then move to order number 8, 9, and 10, and then thereafter come back to order number 6 and 7, and maybe allow the paper to be, also number 5, to allow the paper from the Trade Committee to be tabled. So next order in that, order number 8.
Order number 8, motion. Inquiry into the matter of reduction of electricity cost in the country. Question to be put.
Honorable members, I now put the question that this House adopts the addendum report of the Departmental Committee on Energy on the inquiry into the matter of reduction of electricity costs in the country, laid on the table of this House on Tuesday, 11th November 2025. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, the Forest Conservation and Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2025, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Forest Conservation and Management Act and for connected purposes.
Next order. Yes, what's your point of order, Honorable Bui?
Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, before we go to the order on committee of the whole House, I just wanted to raise a concern as a member of the House Business Committee. The order paper today is quite loaded, Madam Speaker, and you will notice that we have a supplementary order paper that has brought in a very important bill that we discussed just about 2 days ago. That is the one on government-owned enterprises that has actually been brought in as a supplementary in the supplementary order paper. Madam Chair, for us to do justice to these bills in the committee of the whole House, it's important that we do it when the House is, when we have all our members around. I want to point out that two things are affecting why we should do this business today. One of them is that we've just lost a colleague, and we lost our colleague yesterday. Madam Chair, the Speaker and a big delegation of members of this House have actually gone to the funeral. And so if we are going to transact this business, and it means we don't give them an opportunity to be able to participate. Two, Madam Speaker, you are aware that ODM, which is a parliamentary party, is also having its celebrations at the coast. And so therefore members of that party are not there. But Madam Speaker, importantly, is Standing Order 131. Standing Order 131 proposes amendments to any bill before it comes to the committee of the whole House. So, Madam Speaker, when I look at it, and it also allows that if the Speaker wishes, he can also ask the committee, the relevant committee, to also put together all these amendments and then harmonize them and probably present a report to the House before we go to the committee of the whole House. So, Madam Speaker, I'm just asking that even if the timelines are not listed in our standing orders, the rules of natural justice must prevail. That these are things that we passed yesterday. For us to go to committee today, when I personally have actually some amendments that are proposed, have not even been listened to, have not even been seen, I think would be doing an injustice. So I kindly request, Madam Chair, that even if we have to proceed, we proceed with the ones that were there initially, but step down the one of government-owned enterprises so that we can at least do justice to it. It's not a matter of life and death. We can do it next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we can sort it. I'm just asking for your indulgence, Madam Chair, considering the situation we are in as a House.
Yeah, Honorable Bui, I think we can say that you're speaking for yourself. You were here yesterday. You had the opportunity to bring the amendments, but you had 2 hours to bring in the amendment. There is no hurry. It's just that, according to our standing orders, the members can bring an amendment 2 hours before it comes on the order paper. So, but nobody has been prevented from bringing any amendments.
So that's what I'm requesting. Madam Chair, it's just debated yesterday. Some of you just passed them yesterday. What is the rush? What is the hurry? When you go to committee. So I'm just requesting kindly, Madam Chair, just allow at least the government-owned enterprises to be discussed next week. So we can do justice. We want to do good laws.
Honorable Bui, I've listened to you, but I don't think there is any hurry, or you can't read any sinister motive. This was a supplementary order paper. It was published. You're a member of the House Business Committee, and I think if there is any member who wanted to bring in any amendments, then let's raise it when we get there at the committee stage. So let's start with you'll raise it at that time. Right now we can go to, because the one you're talking about is Roman 3, which is a government-owned enterprises bill. You can then ventilate that issue at that stage. Let us just proceed with the first two. So you can read out the next order.
Order number 10, Committee of the Whole House.
Very well, honorable members, we may take our seats. Not ready on anything. It is which one? Very well, honorable members, we are the committee of the whole House on the Capital Markets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025. So I think we are ready, we may proceed.
Clause 2.
I propose the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. Chair, there's no amendment to this particular one, honorable members. Clause 2, there's no any amendment. I therefore proceed. I now put the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 3.
Honorable members, I propose, no, this is being a new amendment. I call upon the mover to move the second reading of the new clause 3.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I move that the new clause 3 that reads that the bill be amended by inciting the following new clauses immediately after clause 2. The Capital Markets Act is amended by inciting the following new section immediately after section 39. 40. Any license granted under shareholding and govern. Okay, fine, thank you. Allow me to restate, Chair, that the bill be amended by inciting the following new clauses immediately after clause 2 as per the order paper. Justification. The proposed amendment seeks to provide for a transition mechanism for existing licenses granted under the current shareholding and governance structures in the Capital Markets Act, with the repeal of provisions providing for the shareholding limits and voting rights for licensed stock brokers, investment banks, and managers and derivatives brokers. There is therefore need to ensure that the existing market intermediaries retain valid license and approve the ownership structures until regulations are met. This will ensure that there is market stability during transition period. Thank you.
Honorable members, give me the mic. Honorable members, I propose the question that the new clause 3 be now read a second time. If there's no interest on this one, honorable members, I now put the question that the new clause 3 be now read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I propose the question that the new clause 3 be part of the bill. I proceed to put the question that the new clause 3 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Title.
I propose the question that the title be the title of the bill. I now put the question that the title be the title of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
I propose the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Very well, it was a very short one. So we proceed, give me the mic. We proceed to the next one, honorable members, still in the committee of the whole House, on the provisional collection of taxes and duties repeal bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025.
Clause 2.
I propose the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. Honorable members, there are no amendments here, and therefore I proceed. I now put the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Title.
I propose the question that the title be part of the bill. I now put the question that the title be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
I propose the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Honorable members, if you check out, there are no amendments on this one. I now put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Very well. Honorable members, the two bills were very short bills. Let me call the mover to move. We begin with the Capital Markets Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025. Mover.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Capital Markets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Honorable members, I put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Capital Markets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I proceed to call upon the mover to move the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Repeal Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025. Mover.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Repeal Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025, and its approval thereof without amendments.
Honorable members, I put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Repeal Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025, and its approval thereof without amendments. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, we have one more bill, so let's deal with that one. Honorable members, we proceed to the Committee of the Whole House on the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025. Honorable, is that Mbui? Talk to the leader as leadership of the House and do have a consensus. Meanwhile, we proceed.
Clause 3.
I propose the question that clause 3 be part of the bill. Is there an amendment there? Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 3 be amended as per the order paper. Justification, the amendment is to clean up clause 3 by deleting unnecessary words in the objects. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 3 be amended as proposed by the chair. Here we expect any debates or interests. If there's no interest, I now put the question that clause 3 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I put the question that clause 3 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 4.
I propose the question that clause 4 be part of the bill. Mover.
Thank you. I propose that clause 4 of the bill be amended in subclause 1 as per order paper. Justification, the amendment is to clean up grammar. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 4 as amended be part of the bill. Honorable members, there being no interest, I now put the question that clause 4 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 4 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 5.
Chairman and your team concentrate. This is the committee of the whole House. I propose the question that clause 5 be part of the bill. Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 5 of the bill be amended as per the order paper. Justification, the amendment is to clean up grammatical errors. Further, it proposed the reference from non-executive directors to independent directors. Lastly, additionally, the amendment is to require publication of the list of GOEs, that is government-owned enterprises, in the National Treasury website. Thank you so much.
I propose the question that clause 5 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 5 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 5 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 6.
I propose the question that clause 6 be part of the bill. Mover.
Thank you, Chair. I propose that clause 6 of the bill be amended as per the order paper. And justification is that the amendment is to clean up the reference of the Cabinet Secretary as defined in clause 2. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 6 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 6 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 6 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 7.
I propose the question that clause 7 be part of the bill. Mover.
Chair, I propose that clause 7 of the bill be amended in paragraph D by deleting the words within the national government appearing immediately after the words government-owned enterprise. The reason is the amendment is to remove the reference to the national government. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 7 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 7 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 7 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 8.
I propose the question that clause 8 be part of the bill. Mover.
Thank you, Chair. I beg to move the amendments as per the order paper. Justification. The amendments is to clean up the reference of the Cabinet Secretary as defined in clause 2. The amendment also proposes introduction of the new subsection 3A, which relates to the details of the feasibility assessment report to accompany the business case. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 8 be part. No, let me take it again. I propose the question that clause 8 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 8 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 8 be amended. I'll take it again. I now put the question that clause 8 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 9.
I propose the question that clause 9 be part of the bill.
Thank you, Chair. I beg that clause 9 be amended as per the order paper. The reason is the provision is being deleted because the Cabinet Secretary is publishing a list in clause 5. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 9 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 9 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 9 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. We proceed.
Clause 10.
I propose the question that clause 10 be part of the bill.
Thank you, Chair. I beg to move that clause 10 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is to clean up grammatical errors. The amendment is to clean up the reference of the Cabinet Secretary as defined in clause 2. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I proceed to put the question that clause 10 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 11.
I propose the question that clause 11 be part of the bill. Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I beg that clause 11 be amended as per the order paper. This is because the amendment is to provide specific qualification for appointment as a chairperson and a member. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 11 be amended as proposed by the chair. Yes, there's an interest there. Honorable Kenya.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I'm just curious as to why someone would be barred from being a chairman of a GOE for the simple reason that one has served as an employee of an organization. I think even looking at our constitution, this would be discriminative. And I think this is something that we need to relook into, or maybe the chairperson can explain to us as to why this is a requirement. That is part D of clause 11.
Let me hear from leader. Give out the mic to majority.
Chair, maybe just for the benefit of Honorable Kenya, we all participated in the passage of the conflict of interest bill. And this provision is particularly premised around the conflict of interest issues, so that there is no conflict. If you have been working in an organization, then you go on to chair the board. There might even be disciplinary issues or accountability issues that related to you while you are an employee, but now you preside over as a board chair. There would definitely be conflict of interest.
Chair, do you have anything to add?
I think the leader majority has put it well. Maybe to my colleague Kwenya, it's also a matter of best practices. The principle of best practices in good governance will also dictate that you should not conflict yourself. So you take outside time for the system and remove the familiarity within yourself. Thank you so much.
Honorable Mbui.
Yeah, Chair, thank you. Chair, I'm looking at the qualifications that have been proposed here. Demonstrable expertise and experience in finance, accounting, auditing, risk management, economics, law, engineering, or corporate governance. And your own profession, Chair, has been ignored. Those that teach all these people how to do all these things. So they should be putting teachers here. But my concern which I would like the Chair to explain is
Proceed to move. Now that you have the opportunity. Proceed, Honorable Mbui.
Now, but my main concern is on B, where he says that the person has not less than 10 years professional experience, 5 of them which shall be in senior management levels. I don't know, I would like him to define senior management level. What exactly is senior management level? Because these are the kind of things we pass in law, and they are open-ended, and there will be an argument tomorrow whether somebody is senior because they are a clerk or not. So you need to explain, is it possible to confirm who is senior and who is not senior?
Chair, that's a good question.
I think, Chair.
And also explain why you have not involved all other professions, including teaching and others in that particular sector, so that the country may know.
Thank you so much, Chair. The issue of governance, of course, you will appreciate the fact that most of the disciplines around the governance is more related to financial issues, the issues to do with economic planning, strategic planning. So it's something that is naturally appreciated, the fact that you are looking at that level of management. Number 2, senior management, I think it doesn't require a lot of explanation. It's a person who has ever served in a position of making decision or formulating a policy that is going to give direction to the organization. Because at that level of management, it's a question of giving direction to the organization. Anybody else who has been serving and has been supervised doesn't have a capacity to formulate a policy or to make any decision. So give an opportunity to somebody who has served in that top management level, who has participated in developing strategic plans for an organization. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chair. I now put the question that clause 11 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 11 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 12.
I propose the question that clause 12 be part of the bill. Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I beg that clause 12 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is to expand the definition of immediate family member to include a spouse. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 12 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that clause 12 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 12 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 13.
I propose the question that clause 13 be part of the bill.
Constitutional principles of gender, regional balancing, and appointment of persons with disabilities in the selection panel. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 13 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 14.
I propose the question that clause 14 be part of the bill.
Here I am. Thank you, Chair. I beg that clause 14 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is to provide for specific qualification of the member of selection panel. The proposed amendment seeks to maintain consistency in the use of the phrase the search and selection panel. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 14 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 14 be amended. Is there interest? Yes, Honorable. Let's hear you. And you can be louder so that we notice. That's give him the microphone, please.
Yep.
You can use the microphone that is close to you on the left.
Kind of short. I'm just wondering, as far as clause subsection A is concerned, that the person holds a degree in law, finance, economics, accounting, or governance. I don't know many people who hold a governance degree. What does that mean? And why are the social sciences not included in this? Thank you.
Chair, the same issue of narrowing down on particular professions is coming up.
Chair, you will appreciate...
But before you speak on it, let me allow the chair trade to also raise her point on the same. Honorable.
Thank you, Chair. I think looking at the experience that has been put here, 15 years experience for these persons who shall be in the selection panel, in my view, I think is putting professionalism in this particular sector so that whoever will be appointed, because they themselves who are in the selection panel will have the competence to look for the people who are being selected, would then give us the credibility and the credence that we require for people who will sit in these particular boards. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, whip, minority whip.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I stand to disagree. 15 years professional experience, in all honesty. By the time you even finish your degree, it's 25 years. Yeah, 25, 28 years. Then you work for 15 years. No, but why this requirement for 15 years? Even for appointment of a judge, surely. You just need 10 years experience. Why would you need 15 years?
No, let's hear the Honorable there first, and then we shall come to leader. That's Honorable who? Give him the microphone. And this is very good, Honorable members. You have to make a good law. You have to make a very good law. Proceed.
Chair, I think, thank you, Chair. I think we need to understand the essence of this bill. This bill is made for the sole purpose of turning around the government-owned enterprises. And that's why we require experienced people and professionals so that we can turn around these enterprises, and at one point, we sell them at a profit. Chair, that's the essence of this bill. And that's why those requirements are important. Thank you very much.
Now I think Honorable Boboni, you are now starting to speak to this. Yes, leader, what do you have to say on this?
I have nothing more important to add from what Malika said.
Yes, the House has to be convinced. Chair?
Thank you, Chair. The fact that this is selection panel, not even in management, is to get people who are seasoned enough to be able to detect the required personalities to take over the position of running the GOEs. So allow these people who have been in the system for a long time, they have gone through all dimensions of business oscillations, and they're able to detect and get the right person that is required. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 14 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 14 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 15.
I propose the question that clause 15 be part of the bill.
Thank you, Chair. I beg that clause 15 be amended as per the order paper. Chair, the proposed amendment seeks to maintain consistency in the use of the phrase the search and selection panel. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 15 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 16.
I propose the question that clause 16 be part of the bill.
Thank you, Chair. I beg that clause 16 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is a cleanup of grammatical errors. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 16 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable members, this is the cleanup of grammar. I proceed. I now put the question that clause 16 be amended as proposed. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 16 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 17.
I propose the question that clause 17 be part of the bill.
Chair, I beg to move that clause 17 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is a cleanup of grammatical errors. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 17 be amended as proposed by the chair. It's another cleanup. I now put the question that clause 17 be amended as proposed. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. And now put the question that clause 17 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 18.
I propose the question that clause 18 be part of the bill.
Chair, I beg that clause 18 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is to clean up the reference of the cabinet secretary as defined in clause 2. Thank you.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 18 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 18 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 18 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 19.
There is no amendment on this particular one. I propose the question that clause 19 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 19 be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 20.
I propose the question that clause 20 be part of the bill. Mover. There's an amendment of this one.
I beg that clause 20 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is to clean up the reference of the cabinet secretary as defined in clause 2. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 20 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 20 be amended as proposed. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 20 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 21.
I propose the question that clause 21 be part of the bill. Moreover, there's an amendment of this one.
Thank you, Chair. I beg that clause 21 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is a cleanup of grammatical errors. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 21 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 21 be amended as proposed. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 21 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 22 and 23.
Honorable members, there are no amendments on this too. I propose the question that clause 22 and 23 be part of the bill. There being no amendments, I proceed. I now put the question that clauses 22 and 23 be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 24.
I propose the question that clause 24 be part of the bill. There's an amendment. Mover.
Thank you, Chair. I beg that clause 24 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is to clean up the reference of the Cabinet Secretary as defined in clause 2. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 24 be amended as proposed by the mover. I now put the question that clause 24 be amended as proposed. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 24 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 25.
I propose the question that clause 25 be part of the bill. There's no amendment on this one, honorable members. I proceed to put the question. I now put the question that clause 25 be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 26.
I propose the question that clause 26 be part of the bill. Mover.
Chair, I beg to move that clause 26 be part of the bill. The amendment is a cleanup of the grammatical errors. Thank you.
That's clause 26. I propose the question that clause 26 be amended as proposed by the mover. I now put the question that clause 26 be amended as proposed. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 26 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 27.
I propose the question that clause 27 be part of the bill. Mover.
Chair, I beg that clause 27 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is to clean up the reference of the Cabinet Secretary as defined in clause 2. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 27 be amended as proposed by the mover. I now put the question that clause 27 be amended as proposed. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 27 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 28.
I propose the question that clause 28 be part of the bill. Mover.
Chair, I beg that clause 28 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is to clean up the reference of the Cabinet Secretary as defined in clause 2. Thank you.
Again, this is a cleanup. I propose the question that clause 28 be amended as proposed by the mover. I now put the question that clause 28 be amended as proposed. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 28 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Chair, you must participate, and your team, because this is law-making process. Proceed.
Clause 29.
I propose the question that clause 29 be part of the bill. Mover.
Chair, I beg that clause 29 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is to clean up the reference of the Cabinet Secretary as defined in clause 2. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 29 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 29 be amended as proposed. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 29 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 30.
I propose the question that clause 30 be part of the bill. Mover.
Chair, I beg to move that clause 30 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is to clean up the reference of the Cabinet Secretary as defined in clause 2. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 30 be amended as proposed by the mover. I now put the question that clause 30 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 30 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 31.
There's no amendment on clause 31, honorable members. I propose the question that clause 31 be part of the bill. I proceed to put the question that clause 31 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 32.
I propose the question that clause 32 be part of the bill. Chair of the committee.
Thank you, Chair. I beg that clause 32 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is to clean up the reference of the cabinet secretary as defined in clause 2. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 32 be amended as proposed by the mover. I now put the question that clause 32 be amended as proposed. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 32 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 33, 34, and 35.
Honorable members, there are no amendments on these clauses. I proceed to propose the question that clauses 33, 34, and 35 be part of the bill. And I now put the question that clauses 33, 34, and 35 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 36.
I propose the question that clause 36 be part of the bill. Mover.
I beg to move that clause 36 be amended as per the order paper. The amendment is to clean up the reference of the cabinet secretary as defined in clause 2. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 36 be amended as proposed by the mover. I now put the question that clause 36 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 36 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 37, 38, and 39.
Honorable members, there are no amendments on these clauses. I proceed to propose the question that clauses 37, 38, and 39 be part of the bill. I proceed to put the question that clauses 37, 38, and 39 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 40.
I propose the question that clause 40 be part of the bill. Yes, there's an amendment, Chair.
Yes, thank you.
On 40.
Thank you.
Clause 40.
Thank you, Chair. I'm sure I proceed?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Chair, I beg to move that clause 40 be amended as per the standing order. The proposed amendment seeks to bring clarity on repeals and consequential amendments of the Act.
Take it again. It's not as per the standing order, as the order paper.
Said clause.
Take
Chair,
it again.
I beg to move that clause 40 be amended as per the standing order.
Great.
Order paper. Sorry, as per the order paper, sorry. Chair,
Proceed.
I beg to move that clause 40 be amended as per the order paper. The justification is that the proposed amendment seeks to bring clarity on the repeals and consequential amendments of the acts specified in the that schedule to the bill. Thank you.
I propose the question that clause 40 be amended as proposed by the mover. I now put the question that clause 40 be amended as proposed. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 40 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Schedules, first, second, and third schedule.
I propose the question that the first, second, and third schedule be part of the bill. I now put the question that the first, second, and third schedule be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Will as many as will contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Fourth schedule.
I propose the question that the fourth schedule be the schedule of the bill. Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I beg that fourth schedule be amended as per the order paper. The proposed amendment seeks to address the risk of hidden debts, unresolved litigations, and governance weakness from the old entities to the proposed new entities. Thank you.
I propose the question that the fourth schedule be amended as proposed by the chair. Yes, Chair Tread.
Thank you, Chair. I think this particular schedule is very important because many of government-owned assets have never been valued. And before they are transferred to this government-owned entity, this particular schedule is requiring that this valuation be done, accounts are done, and more importantly is pending litigation and associated risks. I think that's a very important part that has been captured in this bill that will ensure that anything that is being transferred to these government-owned enterprises is known in terms of value, and any litigations or any possible laws that government may incur. And this will ensure that whoever is going to run these government-owned enterprises know the values of the assets they have and any litigations. A very important clause, Chair, I support. Thank you.
Honorable Nyoro.
Thank you very much, Chair.
There, pick one.
Thank you very much, Chair. And I think even as we talk about valuation, valuation cannot just be the summation of the assets alone, Honorable Speaker, because as whatever we are doing here is towards privatization. And towards privatization, one of the ways is through initial public offering. Honorable Speaker, if you are to look at the experience of what is already there currently, and I want to give an example of like two entities. One is an entity like Kengen, Honorable Speaker, where if you look at the assets of Kengen, the rightly valued is actually close to 500 billion shillings. But if you look at the valuation of the company itself in the market, it's less than 65 billion Kenya shillings. Honorable Speaker, on the same, if you look at an asset, for example, like Kenya Re, which has already gone through the full, the whole road and is already listed, or the whole path. Honorable Speaker, the net assets of such a company, if you actually do the assets minus liabilities, the net asset is actually 51 billion shillings. But if you look at the valuation of the company in terms of the market capitalization, it is less than 17.5 billion as of today. Honorable Speaker, if you look the same and compare a company like Kenya Power, which has assets of over 350 billion Kenya shillings, but the valuation of the company as of today is below 25 billion Kenya shillings. Honorable Speaker, that calls us to actually look at what do we call assets. For example, a company like Kenya Pipeline, what is an asset? An asset is the pipeline and the land above the pipeline. But what other use can you actually have in terms of that asset? If you are to strip that asset, what value can it be? If you are to strip the assets of Kengen, for example, if you are to decommission some of the sites, what actual value is there, Honorable Speaker? And I'm just trying to say that when we talk about valuation of this company, a summation of assets alone cannot account as the real value of that company, Honorable Speaker. But I want to support the fact that we need to keep on updating the valuations of this company in all perspectives, so that as we transition these companies, Honorable Speaker, we transition the real value, so that ultimately when they are out there for people to participate in terms of buying them, Honorable Speaker, there is the real value, but there is also the intrinsic value. But the real value, Honorable Speaker, is the revenue you get out of these assets, Honorable Speaker. The value I'm talking about, and I'm sorry to almost give a speech on this, the companies, for example, I've given, Honorable Speaker, when you look at the investors, investors are not interested in terms of what are the assets. Investors are more interested with how much value in terms of revenue do these assets derive. I submit, Honorable Speaker.
Very well, good contribution. Becoming also during the second reading, we are missing those contributions. Okay, let me hear the leader. When the leader raises his voice there, then he comes
Thank you,
first.
thank you,
Proceed,
Chair. It's good you have pointed out to my brother, Honorable Dindi Nyoro, that we're in third reading, or committee of the whole house, not in second reading. And it's important to hear some of these things during second reading. But, and also, to just point out, this is, has nothing, this is a government-owned enterprises bill, not the privatization one. The privatization one, we finished with it some time back. But Chair, as Chair Trade has said, the Vice Chair and de facto Chair Trade has said for purposes of business this afternoon, Honorable Marianne, that you know, many of the things that are said when you deal with government-owned enterprises are usually shrouded in mystery and a lot of suspicion and mistrust. And people imagine that if you're transitioning a state corporation that was registered through a legal notice into a limited liability company, that there's something you're hiding. And I think this particular amendment on Schedule 4, and actually the whole of Schedule 4, is coming or was designed to give guarantee or create trust with the public and even members of staff of these organizations. If you go through that schedule, it is even speaking to issues that touch on staff, those who are serving as directors, as chairmen of boards in those particular state corporations, that they will not be negatively affected by this transition to limited liability companies when and if this bill is approved. And therefore, this further buttresses the same, that any assets and liabilities, first they will be valued. And an auditor, either appointed by the Auditor General or the Auditor General herself, we audit these state corporations or state agencies, government-owned enterprises, to ensure that the values being transitioned into the company are as accurate as they could ever be. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, this is just to assuage those probably who view everything done with mistrust or with suspicion, that the openness that has been added by the Finance Committee, and I must congratulate the Finance Committee for adding this particular one, because Schedule 4 still assets and liabilities, that even if there are loans that have been guaranteed to these corporations, they must come out at the time you are transitioning. And I beg to support.
Very well. Two more interests there. Let's make them brief. Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I consider this amendment like informative and accurate, but I'm concerned about time frame. At what time would these audits and all these liabilities, including loans guarantee, be done? For purpose of accuracy, maybe it will be done and then the transition is happening next year. I thought time frame would have been considered.
Great. And then finally, Honorable Mwenje on this.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, mine is on the wording. Before, you know, the words here, before the transfer of any assets. I thought this issue of valuation, as the majority leader has rightly pointed out, I thought it would be conditional, that this transfer would be based on the report of the Auditor General, because here it seems it's as though that we are going to do the audit as is provided for, but you can still transfer. It doesn't provide for a conditional or a decision-making provision based on the information that the Auditor General will provide. I thought, but once we say before, then after we've done the audit and we find out maybe there are things there, including heavy liabilities, what then? That's what I feel is missing here.
No. Leader, let Honorable Mwenje be heard inside.
It says the auditor shall publish and publicize the audit and report. I thought this transfer will be subject, the proper wording should be subject to the report of the Auditor General.
Great.
The transfer would be subject to that.
Great.
But here we are saying before the transfer.
Okay.
Okay. I want to be informed. Let me
Thank you, Mwenje. The Honorable Karoli Omondi. No. Karoli Omondi first.
No, Honorable Chair, I'm really debating how to contribute to this. But generally, when you are, because basically what we are trying to do is to commercialize the state corporations that are not incorporated under the Companies Act by establishing them now under the Companies Act. And the company's law, under company law, there are specific rules on how you manage transfer of assets and liabilities. And under statute, there's also very specific processes. I think I just wanted to highlight this so that Majority Leader could educate us, whether there will be a vesting order. There will be a vesting order, especially for those statutory bodies that have not operated under the Companies Act.
Great.
So that there'll be list of liabilities and assets that are being vested into the new company, because they'll be seen as two separate entities in law. So whether we will have a vesting order, which will be a gazette notice published for the members of the public and the rest of the country to scrutinize, but also to just educate us a bit how you will...
Very well, very well.
Thank you.
We have heard you. Jess Kambalu, before I come to leader.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Looking at the fourth schedule, I must appreciate the Honorable Member for bringing the amendment. Honorable Chair, I support the transfer of assets and liabilities to the Auditor General, giving us a special report on the same or a full report. I want to cite an example of KPC, the Kenya pipeline. The people of Kibwezi, that is Kenya oil spillage. As much as we are talking about the transfers, we have refused that as we don't want to be sold. But you look at the people who have not been compensated. So I wanted to look at the issues of the compensation, issues of pending bills, and many others.
You are a former very special person here. You are actually getting out of order. Leader?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
And I would want, before you go, members be coming during the second reading, because I can see great contributions, but this should have come earlier. Proceed, Leader.
But probably just to assuade this will be contingent liabilities that we're asking. If you, a careful reading of the proposed amendment says before. Before means prior or ahead of. And that's the first word in that clause. Before the transfer of any assets, liabilities, contracts, or transition of board members and staff. The other key word in legislation making is shall. That the Auditor General shall, compulsory, audit and report government to the government-owned enterprise on all those things listed. If you go to 11 subsection 2, the Auditor General, again, shall, compulsory. You remember that gentleman in BBI that said, shall, mandatory shall. So this is mandatory, shall. Publish, publicize, you publish, publicize, then report to the National Assembly. And I think all of us sitting in the National Assembly today should be assuaded that if not anybody else, those of us here on behalf of the people of Kenya, we shall be informed and we shall make decisions based on what is brought before the House. And that is why it's important for members to be in the House, so that we don't just speak on TV stations and out there. We come and speak here where it matters most. Thank you.
Chair.
Chair, maybe will allow me to refer the House to the just concluded bill which has been signed into Act, the Privatization Act, that gave a roadmap of the process of privatization, that this House will have adequate moment to interrogate and be able to derive the right decision. But on this one, the essence of this is actually to curtail the transfer of hacking problems. Would have been, some of them could be coherent or inherent. So it is at this point that every issue shall be brought on book, so that the consumer, when the prospectus will be drawn out, the public will be informed about it. So it is in good faith that we don't transfer the challenges which were there before, so that the new management of the GOA of the enterprise shall begin from the clean onset and be able to run it upwards, because the objective is to turn around. The objective is to restructure. The objective is to give a new life. Thank you.
Honorable members, I now put the question that Schedule 4 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that Schedule 4 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
I propose the question that Clause 2 be part of the bill.
Thank you, Chair. I beg that Clause 2 be amended as per the order paper, Justification. The amendment is to delete definitions. There is no need to define commencement date as it is provided for in the Constitution. The amendment is also to clean up the definition of public service obligation. Thank you.
I propose the question that Clause 2 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that Clause 2 be amended as proposed. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as with contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that Clause 2 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as with contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Title.
I propose the question that the title be the title of the bill. I now put the question that the title be the title of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as with contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
I propose the question that Clause 1 be part of the bill. I now put the question that Clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as with contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, we are done with that very long one. I now call upon the mover to move.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly number 40 of 2025, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many as without opinion say aye? Will as many as with contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Just be up.
Honorable members, Madam Speaker,
Chairperson, the Capital Markets Amendment Bill.
Very well, Honorable Speaker. I beg to report with amendments. House.
Madam Speaker, I second.
Chairperson. Okay, members, allow me to finish with this, Honorable COE. Honorable members, Honorable members, I now propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Okay, mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Capital Markets Amendment Bill National.
Honorable Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I propose the question, which is that the Capital Markets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025, be now read a third time. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the Capital Markets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025, be now read a third time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Capital Markets Act.
Okay, mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the
Chairperson. Where is the chairperson of the...
I'm available. We are on which one now?
The provisional collection of
There?
that it is repealed.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the whole House has considered the provisional collection of taxes and duties repeal bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025, and approved the same with amendments.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the provisional collection of taxes and duties repeal bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025, be now read a third time. I also request Honorable Kangogo Bowen to second.
Give me the mic.
Honorable Mbui, Honorable Muathe, the reason why I'm not paying attention to you is because you are grossly out of order. That is gross misconduct. Standing order number 107. And in any case, you have attempted to remove the mace from its place, in which case I will expel you from the House. Honorable members, order, Honorable Mbui. Honorable Mbui, if you want to make a point of order, you have to do it with respect. You cannot do it in a disrespectful manner. And you cannot attempt to remove the mace from its place. And for that reason, you have committed gross disorderly conduct, and contrary to Standing Order 107A, and in fact, one of them, you have attempted to remove the mace from its place in the chamber. And therefore, I have called you out. It gives the Speaker a right to call you out and immediately ask for you to remove from the precincts of Parliament, which I am therefore asking the Sergeant at Arms to remove you from the presence of Parliament for 5 days. Sergeant at Arms, proceed to remove Honorable Mbui. Honorable members, even when you want to make a point, you have to do it in an orderly fashion in conformity. Honorable Mawade, you're also grossly out of order. Honorable Mawade, you are part of trying to remove the mace from its place. You have offended Standing Order 107, so you are going to be removed and expelled from the presence of Parliament for 5 days. Sergeant at Arms, proceed to remove him. Honorable Mawade, you're already expelled from the House. You're already expelled from the presence of Parliament, and therefore you cannot even make a point of order. Please leave. Sergeant at Arms, proceed to remove Honorable Mawade.
I saw. But God is also seeing. And Kenyans are seeing. Yeah, it's very unfair. You should identify the right way. Yeah, that's very unfair. You're not just here to pick stuff from
Sergeant at Arms, please remove Honorable Mawade from the House. Honorable Milema, Honorable Omboko, please proceed. Honorable Omboko, please proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, and approved the same with amendments.
Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report, and I also request the Honorable Kangogo Bowen to second the motion for agreement with the report of the committee of the whole House.
Madam Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I propose the question, which is the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is the House do agree with the committee of the said report. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the provisional collection of taxes and duties repeal bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025 be now read a third time, and I also request the Honorable Marianne Ketanyi to second.
Madam Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I now propose the question, which is that the provisional collection of taxes and duties repeal bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025, be now read a third time. Honorable members, I now put the question, which is that the provisional collection of taxes and duties repeal bill, National Assembly Bill number 28 of 2025, be now read a third time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill for an act of parliament to repeal the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Act and for connected purposes.
Chairperson.
Which one?
Government-owned enterprise.
Which one? Government-owned enterprise. Oh, we have done it.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move. Let me get my specs.
In the right paper, you beg to report.
Come. Leader. Just come over, leader. Okay, very well. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move. Chairperson. Report. Very good, very well. Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Government-Owned Enterprise Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, and approved the same with amendments. And remember, we have done this one.
Mover. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, and I also request the Honorable Jamatia, the member for Baringo, to second the motion.
Madam Speaker, I second.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025. Honorable members, I now put the question that this House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Mover.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, be now read a third time. Honorable Speaker, as I request the Honorable Member for Bomet Central Bomet East to second. Allow me, Honorable Speaker, to something I forgot in the committee of the whole House that the Honorable Karoli Omondi had asked on the vesting of assets and liabilities of the state corporations. And the clause 40 of the bill addresses all these issues in terms of transition and the consequential amendments that would emanate from the passage of this particular bill. And I had forgotten to respond to that, that Honorable Karoli had raised. But also to thank members who have very actively, since we did second reading of this bill, been active and participated in the second reading, and now in the committee of the whole House. And all these members, on a Thursday afternoon, having close to 60 members of parliament seated in the House, is indeed commendable, considering that some of our colleagues in ODM, as had been pointed out earlier, are in Mombasa, celebrating ODM at 20 and saying, tuko tayari, na tuko tayari for sure. Honorable Speaker, also allow me to admonish the acts that we have just seen here by the member for Kathiani, attempting to grab the mace to attract the attention of people outside the precincts of Parliament or outside this chamber. Because, Honorable Speaker, there is a way we conduct ourselves with decorum in this House, and you have done well to send the member out. And indeed, I want to encourage any of the members of this House to move the House to name this particular member. And more profoundly, Honorable Speaker, the member for Embakasi South, the Honorable Mawave, who clearly looks intoxicated. And I know it's a Thursday afternoon, but nobody has the right to appear in the House drunk. And the member of Embakasi South cannot come to spew epithets in the House when clearly intoxicated. Honorable Speaker, I shall be moving to name the member for Embakasi South for appearing in the House intoxicated and seemingly looking very drunk to try to disrupt the office of the House, and therefore request the member for Bomet East, my good friend Yegon, to second.
Majority. Leader, allow me to correct you before.
A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the establishment, control, governance, perform. A bill for an act of parliament to provide for the establishment, control, governance, performance and ownership of government-owned enterprises, public service obligations in respect of government-owned enterprises, facilitate the reconstitution of existing government-owned enterprises into public limited liability companies for the transfer of the assets, liability, and the business of the government-owned enterprises to companies and for connected purposes.
You can now move back to order number 5. So, member for the chairperson for trade, you know, you hadn't presented your paper, you can now do so.
Order number 5, papers.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, 13th November 2025. That is a report of the Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives on its consideration of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the Republic of Kenya and the United Arab Emirates. Thank you.
Okay, Okay, next order, order number 6.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Okay, I will, Majority Leader, if you kindly allow us to allow Honorable Mboko to go to his statement, because he has a flight to catch. I think he's joining ODM. No, he's just supporting them. He's supporting them. Proceed, Honorable.
Honorable Speaker, I'm the Deputy Secretary of the UDA party and the largest party in this country. So thank you for your indulgence. I'm not joining ODM, but I'm just having another matter to handle. Honorable Speaker, request for a statement on the status of teachers employed on internship terms by the Teacher Service Commission, TSC. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education regarding the status of the 20,000 engaged teachers employed on internship by the Teacher Service Commission, TSC, in January 2025. Honorable Speaker, the said teachers were engaged on one-year internship contract set to expire in December 2025. These teachers, who currently earn a gross monthly stipend of 17,000, do not enjoy comprehensive medical cover or any other employment benefits necessary for effective service delivery and decent living. This has left them demoralized and financially strained, yet they continue to serve diligently under the difficult circumstances. Honorable Speaker, the situation is further compounded by the acute shortage of teachers across the country, particularly in junior secondary schools. This impending expiry of these internship contracts risks aggravating the shortage and disrupting the learning in many institutions. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Education on the following. 1, measures being put in place to ensure that the 20,000 intern teachers are transitioned to permanent and pensionable terms, given that their current contracts are non-renewable and are set to expire in December 2025. 2, details on budgetary allocations made to facilitate this absorption of these teachers into permanent and pensionable employment by the Teacher Service Commission, TSC. And thirdly, the rationale behind the continued engagement of teachers on internship. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I beg to give. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. These teachers have suffered, and they are interns. Their contract is ending in December. There's shortage of junior secondary school teachers, and there's no hope of them getting into permanent and pensionable. So the plight of these teachers needs to be attended to. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Where is the chairperson education? I'd seen him, he was here. Okay, maybe Majority Leader, you can respond on his behalf.
Chair, the Chair Education has just walked out, Honorable Speaker, but let me raise it with him to probably have an answer ready for the Honorable Mboko Milemba, who is a seasoned trade unionist and has worked very hard for teachers in the next week or so to report back to the House. But also, Honorable Speaker, with your indulgence, to request, probably because Honorable Mboko is also a member of the committee, it is high time that we probably had a policy on internship, whether it's for teachers or doctors, everybody in the public service, so that we know when you're hired as an intern, do you work with the intention of being transitioned to permanent and pensionable, or do you work as an intern so that you garner experience and seek for opportunities for permanent employment within the organization where you're interning or elsewhere? And for what period of time can you intern? I think those are things that we need to seriously think into from our committees so that we are also able to guide. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, before we continue, allow me to introduce to you a delegation from the Office of the Honorary Consul of the Republic of Kenya to Nepal. Mr. Chandra Tandon, Honorary Consul and leader of the delegation. Mr. Sarjan Sharma, acknowledge our guests. Honorable members, the delegation is on a visit to the National Assembly to learn more on the processes of strengthening the cordial relations between the Republic of Kenya and the Republic of Nepal. On behalf of the House and on my own behalf, I warmly welcome them to Parliament of Kenya and wish them fruitful engagements in Kenya. Karibuni sana. We are going to statements. Whose statement was next? No, it was the Honorable Emase. No, Honorable Emase has a statement. Let's just finish that.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provisions of the Standing Order 43, Standing Order 43, I rise to pay tribute to the late Bishop Philip Sulumeti, who passed away on 9th November 2025 at Nairobi Hospital at the age of 88 years. Honorable Speaker, the late Bishop Philip Sulumeti was born on the 15th of August 1937 in Kotur village, Amukura East Ward in Teso South constituency. He pursued his early education at St. Peter's Seminary in Uganda before advancing his studies to attain master's and doctorate degrees in Rome. His pursuit of knowledge reflected his strong belief in education as a cornerstone of community transformation. He began his clerical journey with distinction. In 1972, he was appointed auxiliary bishop, a position he held until 1976. In the same year, he became the ordinary bishop of the Diocese of Kisumu, serving diligently until 28 February 1978, when he was appointed as the founding bishop of the Diocese of Kakamega. Bishop Sulumeti served faithfully in that role until his retirement on 5th of December 2014. He dedicated his life to the service of God and humanity with humility, compassion, and unwavering commitment to faith and education. Honorable Speaker, Bishop Sulumeti championed transformative causes in education, health, social justice. He spearheaded the construction of 256 schools and colleges around the Western region, including those in Mukumu and Iregi. And Constitution of Kenya drafting process, he was a vocal for children and orphans. His leadership was marked by peace and humility. Honorable Speaker, in his final years, Bishop Sulumeti endured a long period of illness, which limited his activities due to his advanced age. Despite this, he remained steadfast in faith and continued to inspire many through his spiritual guidance and wisdom. Honorable Speaker, I extend my deepest condolences to the family of the late Bishop Sulumeti, that is in Teso South, the clergy, the faithful of Kakamega Diocese, and the entire nation. May his legacy of faith, service, and love for humanity continue to inspire generations to come. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Honorable Speaker, in honor of the fallen bishop, may we rise and for 1 minute of silence.
Request me to ask the House to rise.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, kindly request the House to rise for a minute of silence in honor of Bishop Solometi. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I will so oblige you. Honorable members, let's observe a minute of silence. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you. Honorable Koyo, you may now make your statement.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee of Lands regarding the status of resettlement of Koguta community in Moroni constituency. Honorable Speaker, the Koguta community migrated from Greater Nyakach and settled on parcels currently known as LR number 3977, measuring approximately 2,399 acres, and LR number 3978 of approximately 1,960 acres located within Moroni constituency, Kisumu County. Shortly before Kenya attained independence, Nyando Sugar Company Limited, currently known as Moroni Sugar Company, acquired land parcels LR number 11684 and L and 11685, where the sugar factory rests. The acquisition of the parcels by the company did not affect the settlement arrangement of the Koguta community on their parcels of land. However, on 3rd December 1968, Nyando Sugar Company, in conjunction with the government of Kenya, allegedly passed a resolution to illegally evict the Koguta community members from parcels LR number 3977 and LR 3978, which they had occupied for more than 7 decades. The Koguta community were forcefully evicted in 1969 and relocated to arid parts of the land parcel LR number 3977, where each family member was apportioned a meager 2 acres of land, resulting in the community living in its quarters. Honorable Speaker, in 2013, the Koguta Land Reclamation Committee petitioned the National Land Commission, NLC, over historical land injustices and sought to reclaim their parcels of land. Upon hearing the complaint, the National Land Commission, via the Gazette Notice of 1st March 2019, Volume CXX1, number 27, made a determination to the effect that the land parcels LR number 3977 and LR number 3978 should be given back to the rightful and original owners of Koguta community. In addition, it recommended that the Privatization Commission and the Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning to assist in planning, surveying, and resettling the Koguta community. Their failure to implement the recommendation of NLC resulted in a court case known as Republic versus Ministry of Land and Physical Planning and another ex parte Tomoriedo uhuru 2021 KEELC and 3414 KLR. In this case, the court ordered the Ministry of Lands to plan, survey, and resettle the Koguta community members on the said parcels of lands. Despite the directives by the court and National Land Commission, the members of the Koguta community are yet to be resettled and are still living as squatters in their own land. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee of Lands on the following. 1. A report of the status of resettlement of the Koguta community and implementation of the court orders provided in the case of Republic versus Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning and another ex parte Tomoriedo uhuru of 2021 KEELC 3414 KLR by the Ministry of Lands and public works, housing, and urban development. 2, the steps taken by the ministry to restore the land of the regional owners, Kuguta community, and ensure their settlement to effectively honor the recommendations of the National Land Commission and the court. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. But before I sit down, Madam Speaker, I need an answer very quickly because I was away. I had accompanied His Excellency the President for a UN conference in Qatar, where he did us proud. He gave us a speech that in the presence of the UN Secretary General, if you compare the two, given that UN is bigger, you would have wanted him to be the UN boss. It was very enthralling. But when I came back, I found that a company that leads the Moroni Sugar Company, instead of organizing and having a sit together with the community, has resorted now to employing security personnel from Rift Valley to come and mete out a lot of problems on the locals. And this is going to give us problems, given that the two clans that are pitted are members of broad-based. And we do not want anything that would ruffle the relationship. So I need urgent answer and some action that can bring peace and harmony immediately. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Chairperson Lands Committee is not here. Majority Leader, you want to give an undertaking on their behalf?
Yes, allow me to relay that to the Chairperson, Honorable Nyamoko, for Lands, and we give him 2 weeks.
Next is Honorable COE. You had a statement from yesterday. It was omitted. It was supposed to come to the order paper today. But you can proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I raise to request for a statement regarding the management of the National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health regarding the management of the National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital. Honorable Speaker, the National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital, established in 1944 in Nairobi, is a specialized level 6 facility and the only provider of comprehensive spinal injury care in Kenya and the East, West, and Central Africa regions. The facility offers acute care, trauma rehabilitation, reintegration, and outpatient services, with only 33 inpatient beds and 100 to 120 daily outpatients, supported by 146 staff. In 2024, National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital secured approval for a 2024-2028 strategic plan and a Kenya shillings 2 billion master plan for a 350-bed expansion, including a 4-story outpatient block under construction and a planned 9-story twin tower with a helipad for emergency cases. However, the hospital currently faces persistent challenges due to its administrative dependence on the Ministry of Health for fund management, which has led to misallocation and misappropriation of resources. This reliance has caused critical shortages of consumable and adequate nurse-to-patient ratio and stalled infrastructure projects, such as the outpatient block halted at the second floor. Honorable Speaker, the absence of sufficient process to enable direct expenditure by national spinal injury stems from delays in transitioning to a full semi-autonomy government agency status, which remains pending at the Treasury level. Unlike newer facilities like Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital and Mwai Kibaki Hospital, which has achieved its autonomy status for greater financial autonomy. National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital still lacks streamlined system, hindering efficient resources allocation. Implementing robust financial management frameworks such as decentralized budgeting and a real-time expenditure tracking could empower it to directly control funds, enhance transparency, and prevent mismanagement, thereby ensuring uninterrupted high-quality service delivery and supporting critical infrastructure expansion, ultimately positioning the hospital as a regional center.
Let Honorable Ronguru, she's here, she can. Give her the mic.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We'll give the response after 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, Member for Samburu. Next, we have a statement by Member for Marakwet West, Honorable Toroitich.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2c to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy regarding the electrification of newly established schools across the country. Honorable Speaker, in the financial years 2014-2015, 2015-16, and 2016-17, Kenya shillings 35 billion was allocated towards the electrification of over 23,000 public schools in the country, with an aim of improving access to power in learning institutions and supporting the integration of technology in education. However, since 2017, many of the new schools that have been established and registered by the Ministry of Education remain unconnected to electricity, adversely affecting their ability to effectively deliver educational objectives. The absence of electricity in these schools limits their participation in the government's digital learning program and the effective implementation of the competency-based education CBE curricula. For example, in Marakwet West constituency alone, over 26 public schools, including early childhood development centers, remain without electricity connections. As a result, therefore, learners in these institutions face unequal learning opportunities compared to their peers in electrified schools, leading to wider education disparities. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy on the following. 1, a report on the number of newly established schools that have not been connected to electricity since 2017. Number 2, clarification on whether the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum has a specific budget line dedicated to the electrification of public schools, particularly in support of the government's digital learning program and competency-based education initiatives. And third, measures put in place, including a dedicated budget by the ministry to ensure that all newly established schools in Marakwet West constituency and across the country are connected to electricity, as well as expected timelines for completion. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
A member of the Energy Committee to give an undertaking on behalf of the Energy Committee. Yes, Honorable Ruto.
Okay. May I use this one? Thank you, Chair. Allow me also to write on it to further look at beyond schools alone, but other public institutions like health facilities, cooperatives, especially the milk coolers, where you understand and we appreciate that the government is running a deliberate program in supporting milk farmers. They have established coolers, counties have built up stores, but up to now, connection has not been done. So even if milk coolers are yet to be delivered, and even if they are delivered today, there's no power connected to it. I really wish that as they look at Marakwet West, also Kese should be considered for that purpose, because there are many schools that were locked out of that program. Thank you.
Okay, a member of the Energy Committee or Majority Leader, do you want to give an undertaking on behalf of the Energy Committee? Yes, you may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is Walter Wino, Member of Parliament Awendo, and a member of the committee. We are going to give the response in 7 days. Thank you.
Next, we have a statement from the Honorable Member for Daragwa, Honorable Gachagua.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I request for statement regarding delayed payment to Guangzhou Construction Company Limited for construction of the Daragwa Horticultural Market. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2 Part C, I rise to a request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock regarding the delayed contractual payment to Guangzhou Construction Company Limited for the construction of Daragwa Horticultural Project in Daragwa constituency. Honorable Speaker, in 2016, the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock awarded Guangzhou Construction Company a tender for the construction of the Daragwa Horticultural Project under the Smallholder Horticultural Marketing Program through tender number MOALF/SCMD/SDA/2/2015-2016. The company commenced the works on 9th May 2016 and successfully completed the project on 26th August 2016. Thereafter, several inspection meetings were conducted and concluded on 18th October 2016, which confirmed that the works met the required contractual and technical standards. However, despite the project's successful completion, the contractor has to date not been paid for works amounting to 16,470,112.63. This prolonged delay in payment has caused severe financial hardship to the company and adversely affected the livelihoods of its employees. Additionally, Madam Speaker, the handover of the project is yet to be conducted, and the market currently remains unused. Consequently, local traders continue to operate from the open spaces and makeshift stalls, notwithstanding the completion of the Daragwa Horticultural Market. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock on the following. 1. Reasons for the delay in payment of the outstanding contractual dues of Kenya shilling 16,470,112.63 to Guangzhou Construction Company Limited. 2. The specific timelines within which the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock intends to settle the outstanding amount and open the market for the use by farmers. And 3, Madam Speaker, measures being put in place by the government to ensure that contractors undertaking government projects are fully and promptly compensated upon completion of works in accordance with the contractual obligations. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Member from the Agriculture and Livestock Committee to give an undertaking. Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, let me also commit that in 2 weeks. I will inform Dr. Mutunga.
Thank you. Now, Majority Leader, you have a statement. We are now completing the statements, and we'll go to the responses.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2A, I rise to give the following statement on behalf of the House Business Committee, which met on Tuesday, 11th November 2025, to prioritize business for consideration during the week. Honorable Speaker, we meet today under very somber circumstances following the passing on of our colleague, the Honorable Tubi Bidu Mohammed, MP, and as stated earlier in your communication, the residents of Isiolo South constituency, and indeed the entire country, is mourning this very great leader of our nation. I wish to take this opportunity to convey my deepest condolences to his family, the residents of Isiolo South, and to all Kenyans who knew Honorable Tubi during this very difficult time of mourning. Having said that, Honorable Speaker, I wish to inform members that on Tuesday next week, the House is expected to consider the following bills. Sorry, Honorable Speaker. that debate will be undertaken on the following motions should they not be concluded today. 1 is the first report on the status of implementation of the Constitution by 3 commissions. 2, consideration of the sessional paper number 5 of 2024 on the National Green Fiscal Incentives Policy Framework. 3 is consideration of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the Republic of Kenya and the United Arab Emirates. 4 is a report on the audited accounts for the Judiciary Mortgage Scheme Fund for the financial years 2011, 2012, 2020 to 2021, 2022. 5 is consideration of sessional paper number 5 of 2023 on the national policy on labor migration. 6 is report on the audited accounts for the Stores and Services Fund for the financial years 2020, 2021, and 2021, 2022, and the Occupational Safety and Health Fund for the financial years 2020, 2021, and 2021, 2022. 7 is report on the audited accounts for the Land Settlement Fund for the financial years 2020, 2021, and 2021, 2022, and the Railway Development Fund holding account for the financial years 2017, 2018 to 2021, 2022. 8 is consideration of a petition regarding pollution of River Athi and consideration of the Privileges and Immunities Global Center for Adaptation Order of 2025. Honorable Speaker, in accordance with the provisions of Standing Order 42A5 and 6, I wish to convey that the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs and the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Livestock Development are scheduled to appear before the House on the afternoon of Wednesday, 19th November 2025, to respond to questions as follows. 1 is question to the Prime Cabinet Secretary and the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs to respond to question number 87 of 2025 by the member for Laikipia North, Honorable Sarah Korere, MP. And is a question in Swahili, swali nambari 87 la mwaka wa 2025 kuhusu idadi ya raia wa Kenya waliosajiliwa na wasiosajiliwa wanaoishi na kufanya kazi katika Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania na kubainisha iwapo kuliripotiwa vifo vyovyote vya raia wa Kenya katika Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania kipindi cha uchaguzi uliofanyika tarehe 29 Oktoba mwaka huu. 2, to the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture and Livestock Development to respond to the following questions. Question 082 of 2025 by the nominated member, Dorothy Kiara, MP, regarding the criteria used to determine the rates of annual bonuses paid to tea farmers across the different regions and factories in the country. 2 is question number 083 of 2025 by the member for Muhoroni, the Honorable James Koyo, MP, regarding terms and conditions of the lease agreements for the state-owned sugar farms, including how the government intends to invest or utilize the lease proceeds for the benefit of the local communities. And question number 084 of 2025 by the member for Igembe Central, the Honorable Daniel Karido Kili, MP, regarding measures being undertaken by the ministry to ensure accurate reporting of miraa export data, safeguard government revenue, and promote equitable support for the miraa sector in terms of research, marketing, infrastructure, and budgetary allocations. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, the House Business Committee shall reconvene again on Tuesday, 18th November 2025, to schedule business for the rest of the week, and also, Honorable Speaker, to inform the House that His Excellency the President is scheduled to appear before a joint sitting of the 2 houses, the House of Senate and National Assembly, on Thursday, November 20th. That is next week, Thursday, for the State of the Nation address for the year 2025, and request members to be present and in good time, as communicated by the Speaker earlier. With that, I now lay this statement on the table of the House. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now go to the responses. Then after that, we will move to one notice of motion that was pending in order number 6. Hold on a minute, I'm just giving instructions. Allow me to give instructions so the House knows how they're proceeding. Then I will come to you, Honorable Karoli. Yes, honorable members, we are going to After this, have the responses. I think there's a response for Honorable Walter Owino, member for Awendo, which will be given by Marianne in a minute. And then after that, we are going to go back to order number 6. There's just one notice of motion. And then thereafter, we'll move to tributes to our fallen colleague. All right. So, Honorable Marianne Keitai. Honorable Walter Owino, I thought you want to hear the response first. Oh, the chair for, sorry, trades.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wish to give a response to statement regarding the non-payment of retirees' deposits by non-complainant SACCO societies by Honorable Walter Owino, MP. Honorable Speaker, I thank you for granting me this opportunity to respond to a request for a statement by Honorable Walter Owino, MP, on the matter concerning the non-payment of retirees' deposits by non-complaint savings and credit cooperative societies. Honorable Speaker, the Ministry acknowledges that a number of SACCOs continue to face challenges in refunding deposits to members who have retired from active employment. These challenges are primarily attributed to liquidity constraints arising from delayed or non-performing loan portfolios, regulatory and compliance caps, as well as mismanaged loan and deposit maturities. Additionally, additional factors include limited access to short-term financing and weak financing planning, which in some cases has resulted in misapplication of members' funds. In response to the specific issues raised by Honorable Walter Owino, MP, Honorable Speaker, I wish to respond to the specific issues raised by Honorable Walter as follows. One, a list of SACCOs yet to refund retirees' deposits and actions taken against them. Honorable Speaker, the day-to-day oversight of cooperative society is vested in the county governments pursuant to the devolved function under the 4th schedule to the constitutions. Consequently, enforcement of compliance regarding the refund of members' deposits by SACCOs falls under the purview of the respective county governments. The ministry has, however, received a petition from affected members of 20 SACCOs seeking intervention to access their deposits. In response, the ministry issued letters to the respective SACCOs directing them to effect refunds within 60 days. In case where SACCOs fail to comply, the affected members have been advised to escalate their disputes to the cooperative tribunal for redress. A comprehensive list of non-complaint SACCOs, together with specific enforcement actions taken against each shall be submitted to the committee upon receipt of formal reports from the respective county governments, which shall be forwarded to the member, Honorable Speaker. Number two, the member wanted to know the plans by the ministry to develop a regulatory framework to safeguard deposits and set clear timelines for refunding retirees' deposits through SASRA. Honorable Speaker, the ministry has incorporated provisions under Clause 76 of the Cooperative Bill number 7 of 2024, which introduces a penalty of 5% per month for SACCOs that fail to refund members' deposit within the prescribed timelines. The clause further empowers the Commissioner for Cooperatives Development to recover defaulted amounts through the issuance of urgency notices. In addition, the ministry is implementing broader reforms within the SACCO's subsector, including the operationalizations of the Deposit Guarantee Fund and the strengthening of statutory interventions such as inquiries and inspections. Further, the Commission for Cooperative Development has instituted several administrative measures aimed at enhancing governance and liquidity, including the issuance of circulars on borrowing powers and mandatory submissions of annual returns. Number 3, the Honourable Member wanted to know the measures being taken to hold SACCO's officials who intentionally delay or deny payments to retired members. Honourable Speaker, it is important to note that the most liquidity challenges experienced within the SACCO subsector arises from systematic factors beyond the direct control of individual SACCO officials. Nevertheless, in the instance where inquiries have established that individual officers have misappropriated or misapplied members' funds, such officers have been duly surcharged in accordance with the provision of the Cooperative SACCOs Act, Cap 490. The ministry continues to collaborate with the relevant enforcement agencies to ensure that culpable officials are held personally accountable for any financial improprieties. Fourth, the Honourable Member wanted to know the steps taken to ensure ring-fenced funds timelines for retirees, including penalties for delays and recognition of deposits under the Retirement Benefits Authority. Honourable Speaker, the issue of penalties has been comprehensively addressed under Clause 76 of the Cooperatives Bill number 7 of 2025, which is currently under consideration before the House, Mr. Speaker, is coming for mediation. Members' deposits in SACCOs are distinct from pension contributions managed under the Retirement Benefits Authority, whereas pension funds are ordinarily invested in low-risk instruments such as government securities. SACCO deposits are largely reinvested in member loans. Notwithstanding the foregoing, the ministry shall engage the Office of the Attorney General and the National Treasury with a view to exploring appropriate legal and policy interventions to safeguard retirees' deposits and enhance accountability in the subsector. Honourable Speaker, in conclusion, I wish to reiterate the Ministry's commitment to protecting the rights and welfare of retirees by strengthening the regulatory and supervisory framework for cooperative societies, enhancing enforcement and compliance through county governments, and pursuing legislative and policy reforms to ensure the timely refund to deposits and accountability of SACCO officials. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. And Honourable Walter Owino, do you want to make a response?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am satisfied with the response, but I want to request you to kindly liaise with your counterpart at the Senate to fast-track processing of the Cooperatives Bill number 7 of 2025, currently before their House, since this will address most of the issues raised by the pensioners. Thank you.
Thank you. And Chairperson, Trade and Industry, there was the response to Honourable Sabina's statement, but she has requested for it to be moved to a different day, as she's not present in the House today, and we obliged her. So.
Madam Speaker, I agree, and I'll be ready to give that response when they are ready.
Thank you. Honorable members, we shall move back briefly to order number 6. Can read out the order again. Do you need to read the order again? Out. Just for record purposes, let the clerk read it out.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Thank you. Okay. Honorable Kaitan, if you have your notice of motion.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the report of the Departmental Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives on its consideration of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the Republic of Kenya and the United Arab Emirates laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 13th November 2025, and pursuant to the provisions of Section 8(4) of the Treaty Making and Ratification Act, Cap 4D, approves the ratification of the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between the Republic of Kenya and the United Arab Emirates.
Thank you. We can now, I think we had agreed that we'd now use the opportunity to give tributes to our fallen colleague, and I think we shall start with the Honorable Makwiny, member for Embakasi West, since he's the leader for the Jubilee Party.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, with your permission, I have a message from the Jubilee Party. Allow me to read it. It is with profound sadness that the Jubilee Party mourns the passing of Honorable Tubi Bidu Mohammed, Member of Parliament for Isiolo South constituency. Honorable Tubi was a true servant of the people, a steadfast believer in justice, and a leader deeply rooted in the values of humility and service. Within our party, he stood out as a gallant soldier, unwavering in his commitment to the ideals of unity, equity, and development for all. His dedication to his constituents and to Kenya at large will be remembered with deep respect and admiration. He embodied the true spirit of servant leadership. His journey from serving as the first Speaker of the Isiolo County Assembly and eventually being elected Member of Parliament for Isiolo South in 2022 is a powerful story of humility, hard work, and unwavering devotion to public service. Within the National Assembly, Honorable Tubi served diligently in the Departmental Committee on Environment, Forestry and Mining, and the Public Petitions Committee. In these roles, he was a passionate advocate for environmental protection, equitable resource governance, and the voices of marginalized communities, especially pastoralist populations who often struggle to be heard in national decision-making. Honorable Tubi will be remembered as a pragmatic, resolute, and principled leader, a man who stood firmly for what he believed was right. He championed the legitimate concerns of his constituents without fear or favor, and remained a steadfast even when standing alone. During the contentious debate on the 2024 finance bill, he courageously voted no, choosing to honor the voices and aspirations of his people over political convenience. His integrity and independence of thought were rare qualities, and they earned him admiration across the country. As a party, we've lost not only a leader, but a brother, a man who believed that leadership is about lifting others and giving hope where it seemed lost. His legacy will live on through the lives he touched and the progress he championed for Isiolo South. As a party, we extend our heartfelt condolences to his family, friends, and the great people of Isiolo South. Honorable Speaker, this statement is signed by our SG, Jeremiah Kioni. Honorable Speaker, the only thing I would add is that this has been a sad year, Honorable Speaker. One, we all know that this year we lost the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, and that was a loss to the entire country. The country is still mourning. Earlier this year, Honorable Speaker, I remember we also lost the MP for Malava, Malulu Injendi. We've now lost the Member of Parliament for Isiolo. And Honorable Tubi, for those who knew him, was a gentle soul, Honorable Speaker. In fact, his seat was just right there. Anybody who knew him knew exactly where he sat. And in the Petitions Committee, Honorable Speaker, some of the land matters issues that I have in one of my wards, Mole Ward, whenever we appeared before the Petitions Committee, he was very helpful, very welcoming, asking questions, asking for solutions. In fact, even when petitioners would appear when Honorable Tubi, because I was there present in one of these sittings, and you could see he really cared when petitions would appear in that committee. Honorable Speaker, even Jubilee, in a light note, when we had a bit of a tussle here, some of us wanted to remain in Azimio, some wanted to go independent or join the government side. Honorable Tubi was one of those people who was caught in between. And I was trying to pull him to remain on this side. The Honorable Sabina was trying to pull him to that side. In fact, he's the one who started coining that in this house there are two Jubilees. There's Jubilee Amwenje, Jubilee Sabina, that's what he would say. And mostly he would even ask about our party leader, Uhuru. He'd always ask me, how is he doing? How is he faring? And even when it came to the finance bill, you know, while most of the people in his community were voting yes, even from Isiolo. And it's important to note, Honorable Speaker, that the whole of Isiolo, the governor, the two members of parliament, the women rep and the senator are all Jubilee members. They're all elected under the Jubilee party, rather. So even when it came to the finance bill, him standing on his own while everybody around him was supporting the same bill was a mark of courage from him. So I believe that even during that time, Honorable Speaker, and for those who've known the Honorable Tubi, he suffered quite a bit. He was unwell, but it's important to note that he continued to serve his constituents right until he died. Even when he was here, there are days we know he would go to hospital and would find time to come back. He would explain to some of us that he was not feeling well, but you'd see he'd make time to come here and participate in the business of the house, go to the constituency, serve his people. So I believe it's a terrible loss to this house, and we all know as members of parliament, we do look out for each other, and even for those members, and I want to thank the Honorable Speaker, and even all those members who made it to go for the funeral today, all in Isiolo, and we thank even Parliament for facilitating for those members to travel, because based on his religion, it was short notice, he needed people to prepare and be ready to go, and quite a number of people even went there, and we are grateful to all of them and thank the Honorable Speaker, who I believe is leading them, if I'm not mistaken. And all I can say, Honorable Speaker, is that may his soul rest in peace, and for his family, let them be comforted that he died doing what he loved best, and that God will give them strength. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you for that. And before anybody who wants to pay tribute, kindly press the intervention button. And Honorable Joyce Kamene, I've just spotted you. By the time we called your for you to make your statement, you weren't in, but what we agreed that they will put it at the next session. So it'll probably be on Tuesday. Okay. Honorable Dindinyora, I can see you press the intervention button.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I also rise to give my sincere condolences to the people of Isiolo, and especially Isiolo South, following the passing on of our colleague. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Tubi was a very amiable person, very humble. He was very personal in terms of conversations, and he transferred the same, I am sure, in service to the people of Isiolo South. Honorable Speaker, it is rare to get a leader with the kind of experience that Honorable Tubi had, who would interact with every other person and in a very humane and humble manner. Honorable Speaker, his experience all the way from when he served as the Speaker in the County Assembly of Isiolo, and his service to this country even after his election as a Member of Parliament in 2022, was a big contribution to the building of our country, Kenya, and especially building it on the front of leadership, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, leadership that is, keep repeating, humble, and leadership that connects with each and every person. Honorable Speaker, his contribution to education, and especially in Isiolo, should strengthen all of us that we continue to champion for education in this country, and especially when we see signals that are not very good, And Honorable Speaker, it calls all of us in his legacy, and especially in support of education, that even if there was a statement earlier that we commit that even the teachers who've been volunteering in our JSS institutions should be confirmed into permanent and pensionable. And again, Honorable Speaker, that in the way he supported education, that the government, especially the ministry, should take cue. The recently sent circular in terms of raising school fees, Honorable Speaker, cannot happen in Kenya because we cannot afford to go back into the gains that education and basic education that is affordable has done to this nation. And therefore, we call upon even the government to backtrack that circular they sent to our institutions, that the parents in these schools will be paying 22,000, Honorable Speaker, every year. That is not a very good trajectory, Honorable Speaker, and especially as we put concerted effort in supporting education as members of this House and also as leaders in this Republic. Honorable Speaker, I again want to send my condolences to the family of Honorable Tubi, and especially his nuclear family. This must be a very difficult moment. We call upon that all of us, we continue to give them messages to strengthen them, Honorable Speaker, around this time, and we wish them peace that surpasses all human understanding as they grapple and come to terms with the loss of the patriarch. Honorable Speaker, I submit.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Busia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I also rise to send my condolences to the people of Isiolo South and Kenya as a whole. We have actually lost a very, very good leader. I remember in Azimio, he used to be so firm on his decisions. If he wants to say no, no one will pull his leg. If he says yes, the same remains. So grief has become a disorder in this parliament. We just pray that God covers us with his blood so we don't hear any other news of premature deaths. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Any other member press the intervention button? Honorable Adagala.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want also to send my condolences to the family of our colleague, Honorable member of South Isiolo, for demise. I want to condole the family. On behalf of Vihiga County people, I'm sending my condolences to the family. It is very sad. As they buried him today, it's very sad according to their religious. We would have mourned him for more days, but now because of his religious beliefs, he's been buried today, and I hope our members who have gone to represent us have given our condolences. I call upon God to give the family strength at this trying moment. May God strengthen them, may God give them peace, especially the wife and the children. May God be with that family. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
I can see Honorable Sabina Chege walking in. She's one of the people who just arrived from Isiolo. Would you like to give your tribute? Proceed. And as a Jubilee leader.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And I want to take this opportunity to pay my tribute to Honorable Tubi, who was a very good and ardent Jubilee member from Isiolo. He was a very dedicated member of Parliament, a person who was loved by his people, Madam Speaker, and I'm just from Isiolo to lay him to rest. We have received a lot of love from his people, and he has left a very good family, his daughters and his son. Madam Speaker, I would want to say, as Jubilee fraternity, we have lost a very dedicated member of Parliament. We have gone to his home. The people whom he served loved him. By the time he was even being elected, he was not feeling well. He had just lost his wife by that time, but people voted for him because of his selflessness. He was a former mayor, he was a man of the people, he served diligently, he did not value anything much. Madam Speaker, even from his home, you could tell a man who gave it his all to his community and to the people who voted for him. They loved him and he served them well. He was a peace advocate, Madam Speaker, in this house many times. He has actually brought the attention to the Speaker, bringing issue about the neighbors and the peace within the people from Isiolo community and their neighbors. And so he was a peace ambassador, Madam Speaker. And as we lay him to rest, I just want to say I have learned very hard lessons. Sometimes we take things very personal. Sometimes, Madam Speaker, we exchange very harsh words because of maybe our political stand. But who knows? Ours is to plan, but God knows our destiny. So as we take sides, as we even exchange very harsh words sometimes, let us know that God has put us in this position at a time like this to serve Kenyans. About 2027, 2032, or the years to come, that belongs to God. And you never know. You may hate somebody because you want a position in 2027, and you may not be there. Or the person you're fighting for might not be there. It has been a very hard month for me, from last month when we lost Baba. And Madam Speaker, 2 days ago, I also lost a very close friend called Betty Bayo, who was a known female musician, a gospel musician, whom even after this, I'm going to her house, we are planning for her, how we'll her to rest. And so very, very close people to me, Madam Speaker. And it's good for us to know we have a beautiful country. And when God has given you a chance, you never know. Take care of your family, take care of your children, value also your friends, value the people who care for you, but even your enemies, forgive them because you never know about tomorrow. To Honorable Tubi, may his soul rest in peace. Actually, when we were living, it rained. And from my community, when it rains, it shows a blessed man has rested. So may he rest in eternal peace. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
I can see the Honorable Member for Kumekucha.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity to speak about our colleague, my friend, and the Member of Parliament for Isiolo South, Mohammed Tubi Shido, who passed away yesterday. I join all the others in mourning his death. He was a brilliant and perceptive politician, Member of Parliament, and he clearly understood the deep needs of his community, as I had the opportunity to engage with him as a fellow member of the Jubilee political party. And I also found out that he really pushed the political aspirations and championed the development needs of the people of Isiolo. So I want to say that the people of Isiolo have lost a good, wonderful person. He was a person with a special character, a person who had a lot of dignity and respect, a character that is very unusual for a public figure because he was upright and honest and had very strong principles, a person of very strong conviction. And I would say that although he was dogged by ill health since coming to Parliament, he never slowed down, nor was he deterred in delivering his best to the people of Isiolo South, whom he loved very dearly. So I would like to say that I want to send my condolences to the family of Honorable Mohammed Tubi, to his friends, and to the people of Isiolo South. I also want to say, may Allah grant him Jannatul Firdausa, have mercy on him, and grant him Jannatul Firdausa, which is the highest level in heaven. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Pauline Lengurus, you want to say something?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And let me join my friends to send my condolences to the family of our colleague, member of Isiolo South, who has just left us yesterday. I wish to condole with the family and the people of Isiolo South. Honorable Mohammed has been a very close friend to us. He's a neighbor, and most of the times we have interacted with him to trying to bring our communities together to live together in peace, because sometimes we get into the fights because of the pastures and the pastoral the tradition. And he has been calling us most of the time when our people are engaged into disagreements. So I wish to send my condolences to the people of Isiolo, even to the members of this house, and to the country at large, because he has been a very active member. Even despite of the sickness, he has been struggling to come to the house, even to go to the constituency. Sometimes when he's not even feeling well. And we wish that the Lord may rest his soul in eternal peace. Thank you.
Member from Kiambu, yes.
In bidding farewell to a remarkable colleague. His contributions in this house will always be remembered, and his absence will be deeply felt in this house, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, may our good Lord comfort the people of Isiolo South and his nuclear family. May God give them comfort. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Member for Tarbo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also want to join my colleagues in eulogizing and condoling with the family of a great man known as Honorable Tubi Mohammed, who was one of the members of the Public Petitions Committee. That is one man who was a very, very straightforward man. Honorable Tubi always believed, even if he stood alone, in saying what was the truth and stood by the truth. We respected him a lot. He contributed a lot during the committee meetings, and he never missed a session whenever, unless he was in the constituency. We really want to condole with the family and wish the family that may God give them grace that is sufficient. Honorable Tubi, whenever he was in the committee, made sure that he participated actively. He made sure that he fought for the rights of the people and ensured that the committee was very vibrant. He was a sociable man. He made the committee very active, and we really want to pass our condolences to the people of Isiolo, because he was a great man, who was a man of integrity. When you even eulogized, you were able to give us his milestones, and we saw that he was a great man. I, being a Vice Chair of Public Petitions Committee, on behalf of the members of Public Petitions Committee, we really want to wish the family that may God give them grace, and may this great man, who was one of our colleagues, rest in eternal peace. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me that opportunity.
Let's go for, thank you very much. Let's go to the next order first. Let's go to the next order.
Order number 11, motion, a first report on the status of implementation of the Constitution by 3 commissions. Resumption of debate.
What's your point of order, Honorable Amaya?
I rise under Standing Order 35 to object any more business in the House because there's no quorum.
Sergeant at Arms, ring the quorum bell for 10 minutes.
The National Assembly is currently on break as the bell is ringing. This is pursuant to Standing Order 35. The Speaker has called that the bell be rung for 10 minutes due to lack of quorum, which was raised by Honorable Omanyo. And this called that the members be at least 50 in the House for any business to continue. So as it is, the Speaker is waiting for members to come in the House so that they continue with business. It's only a few minutes remaining until we hear from the Speaker again. If there's no quorum, the Speaker will give a further direction. She has the option of adjourning the House or calling that the bell be rung for an extra 5 minutes. Therefore, we wait to hear from the Speaker. They have so far debated on various matters. The House was officially opened at 2:30 p.m. today. And among the things that have been discussed in the order of business are the motion on inquiry into the matter of reduction of electricity costs in the country that was raised by the chairperson of Departmental Committee on Energy. The House also discussed the Forest Conservation and Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2025, which was on its first reading by the leader of the majority party. And the House also stays seated for the Committee of the Whole House, where they discussed 3 bills and the members voted for this particular bills. That is the Capital Markets Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 30 of 2025. There's also the Provisional Collection of Taxes and Duties Repeal Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025, and the Government-Owned Enterprises Bill, National Assembly Bill number 40 of 2025, all by the leader of Majority Party. Right after the voting was done of this bills and the Committee of the Whole House was completed, there was a sort of commotion in the House, and the Speaker had to order 2 members out of the House because of gross misconduct, and they had attempted to also take the mess from its place. And according to the Speaker, they took the mess from its place, and the Sergeant at Arms returned it back right before it got out of the House. Therefore, the Speaker removed Honorable Robert Mbui, that is the Member of Parliament of Kathiani constituency, and Honorable Julius Musima Wathe, that's the member of Embakasi South. And in pursuant to Standing Order 107A, the Speaker removed them from the House, or they have been suspended from the House for 5 days. Therefore, these 2 members will not be able to come to the House for the next 5 parliamentary sittings due to misconduct, the gross misconduct that they had, as ordered by Honorable the Speaker, the current Speaker in the House, that is Gladys Boss, Honorable Gladys Boss. Apart from that, just recently, before the quorum bell was instructed to be rung, the members were eulogizing one of their members who has passed on, that is the late Member of Parliament of Isiolo South, that is Honorable Tubi Bidu Mohammed, who passed on while receiving treatment at Nairobi Hospital and has been buried today. The members have given good messages about his conduct. This includes the Honorable Sabina Chege, who's a nominated member of parliament. I hand you over.
The time being 5:48 p.m., this House stands adjourned until Tuesday, 18th November at 2:30 p.m.
The Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Gladys Boss, has just adjourned the House after the 10-minute